You're listening to the Confidence Within podcast. If you are a successful professional entrepreneur who is nonetheless struggling with the fear of public speaking, then you are in the right place. This podcast is all about igniting your inner confidence, learning to show up with genuine authority and brilliance, and becoming the best version of yourself. I'm your host, Victoria Lesnyansky, and welcome to my show. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Confidence Within podcast. My guest today is Arturo Villarreal. Arturo just finished my Brilliant Speakers Academy program a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to invite him to this podcast to share his public speaking journey with you. Arturo designs and implements complex control algorithms for different electronic control units inside cars. He has 15 years of experience working in embedded software for the automotive industry. He holds a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering and a master's degree in computer science. Please welcome Arturo to my show. Hi, Arturo. I'm so excited you came to my podcast.
Thank you, Victoria, for the invitation. I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Why did you decide to join Brilliant Speakers Academy? What was your struggle? What were your challenges that you felt you needed help with public speaking?
I don't know exactly when it starts. I don't have like a date. I just remember it was like more than 10 years, maybe 15 years in my career that I was feeling nervous or anxious when I have to present some topic or have a meeting with about the status meetings. Upper management was more stressful, but even with regular college, sometimes I was feeling that nervous and anxiety. So I thought it was kind of normal. So I was thinking, maybe later that will disappear, right? I tried before your program some videos on YouTube, how to avoid nervousness and how to prepare a presentation. And I think I mentioned this in when I was in the program with you about I went to some Toastmasters meetings and things like that to help me, but they never attacked the problem of understanding the fear, right? What is the root of that fear and the anxiety? So yeah, when I think I was on internet, I came out with your advertising. So yeah, I decided to give it a try because it was long time with the same anxiety and didn't disappear. So I say, okay, let's do something.
And I remember you mentioned that you even had opportunities to get promoted and such, and you declined those opportunities because they would have required you to speak publicly a lot more.
Yeah, yes. There were some occasions where there was an opportunity to be like a manager. In that position, you need to have more meetings with the upper management, right, to give a status about the projects. So yeah, in my mind, I was telling, no, I am an engineer, so I like to work on the technical, right? I don't like the administrative, and that is true. But I think the reason behind that was also that my fear of public speaking. Right? So yeah, I remember some opportunities that I decided to not pursue because of that anxiety.
Yeah. When did you start noticing the changes? How soon after joining did you start noticing changes?
Yeah, I think I start seeing changes 2 or 3 months after joining the program.
Yeah, and I remember we were talking about it where I think somebody new joined and you were on a coaching call and you were saying, in the beginning, it was like, I'm the same. But then all of a sudden, 2 months go by, I look back and I realize that I have changed, but the changes were so subtle that only when you look back, you see how far you've come, right?
Yeah, that's why it's very important to have through the program your journal, because in your journal, you describe how you feel. And then you can look back and you say, oh, yeah, I remember. but yeah, if the change is small, sometimes you don't notice, right? But every day you are getting better and better. And another thing that I like about the program is that you say that we are responsible for our learning. And I notice in some coaching calls, other persons, and even myself at some point, we were in the attitude of, okay, Victoria, what you have to give me now? So Is your program? I'm here to listen. Give me the techniques. Give me what I need to do. I'm still feel nervous. And when I go back to my journal, is we made a promise in the beginning, right? That we have to put all our effort, and this is something that we have to do ourselves. You will give the program and you will give the coaching calls, but we have to do the work and the effort. So yeah, when I see that, my attitude changed during the program. Right? Like it's not like I'm here just to listen and give me everything, right? So I have to put effort. And yeah, I think that was also when I start making changes, when I take that commitment and start making an effort, not just waiting everything from you.
I love that you mentioned it, because you were literally one of the hardest working clients that I've had. You always try to come to coaching calls, even though you know you don't have to go to coaching calls. There are recordings. You can always ask me ahead of time and I will address your questions at the coaching calls. I know you've made an effort to show up in person and be there and ask me questions, as many questions as you could come up with, because as you said, yes, the program can work for absolutely any situation, but sometimes you need guidance. And that's what you get from coaching calls, how to apply the concepts in the program to your specific situation, your specific challenge. And then you are able to take it and move forward so much faster. And I'm so glad that you talked about how, yes, everything is there, but there is no magical way for me to take that knowledge and put it into your head. You know, I keep on thinking of Matrix, where, you know, remember how they would insert themselves into that learning chair and boom, I know Tai Chi, boom, I know Kung Fu, right? There is no way to do that in the program. And it's really up to you how fast you want to go, how deep you want to go, and how quickly you want to see results, because everything is out there and I'm there basically ready to help as much as you need my help, as much as you need guidance and coaching from me. But at the same time, I can only give you 100% of my 50%, right? The other 50% is yours. And this is where you have to give it however much you can, so that you can absorb all of the knowledge as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, and then implement it, internalize it, form a habit around it, and master every single concept. All right, well, let's talk about now. What's happening now? How do you feel? What happened after you finished Brilliant Speakers Academy, or what was happening during Brilliant Speakers Academy as you started noticing changes?
Yeah, when I start noticing changes, I think my mindset changed, right? And at work, I have some opportunity to do some trainings and some sessions in person, like a train about certain topics. And now I see public speaking, instead of thinking like, oh, everybody's watching me and how I look, if my English is perfect, or instead of watching all those things, now I am more focusing what I can give to my audience, right? And I see now every opportunity of public speaking, instead of seeing as oh, I have to speak again and my boss, he's putting me to present in front of 10 people. So now I see it as hey, this is an opportunity to continue learning and continue growing. So, and I think I mentioned that I use some of your concepts at church and some other meetings or things like that. One of the things that you mentioned, the daily habits that we practice, is how we establish who we are and how we see the limiting beliefs that we have is because we continue practicing the same things, right? If you think that just practicing will get you better at public speaking, and you say, oh, maybe watching some TED Talks or just practicing more and more, that fear will disappear. I think you will just continue practicing speaking with fear.
Right.
But it's like a switch internally in your mind. Oh, Arturo, you have to speak in public. The fear switch will activate, right? So that's how it was for me. So I think the difference of this program is that I mentioned I was in different programs, but none of the courses, there's even Toastmasters, attack that part of understanding behind why you have that, right? So I think the course that you have is really different You don't start like, oh, here is how you can become a great speaker and doing this and do this to your presentation. For you, that part is the last part. So the first 4 modules is focusing on changing that switch in your brain. So
Right.
First, understanding the fear, how you reinforce your inner confidence, right? Because I just go through the life, I just wake up, go to work, but you never reflect on yourself, not only my weakness, but also my strengths. So that is the difference from this program to other programs, that you've spent a lot of time and focus a lot in like the conversation that you are having with yourself. That is the first part, right? So before going to a PowerPoint or before try to prepare your talk or your topic, the first thing is the conversation that you are having with you inside your head, right? So that is the first part that you attack, and I like that part of understanding the fears and trying to reinforce your strengths and try to see the audience like in a different way that we always think that, oh, they will criticize me and they will think I'm a fraud. All that conversation that we have in our head, you help us in the first module to change that switch. So that is the difference that I find in your program.
And I guess the most important question is, the fact that this is different, did it help you overcome your fear of public speaking?
Yeah, for sure. Now I think that I am talking too much in meetings.
I am so proud of you. You have been amazing through this whole journey. You really came in with so much anxiety and so much fear and so much just insecurity about speaking in public. And it's been amazing watching you blossom and gain confidence and come back and say, well, now I talk too much.
Yeah. If I can have another comment, some other thing that helped me a lot from your program is when you clean your one room of your house, you want to clean other rooms later, right? So yeah, another thing that happened me during your program is like I try to improve in other areas, right? Because you are becoming a better person, but you in one area, but you say, hey, I need to also do this self-improvement in this other area. So this course from you helped me and motivate me to find self-improvement in different areas, not only public speaking, right? My personal relations, my job, my finance. So it's like you activate a switch and you continue, because it's like you clean one room and you say, oh, now is the next, I have to clean the next, and you have to clean your full house. So yeah, but I think and the same principles can be applied to different areas of your life, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what I like.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you mentioned it, because so many people mentioned it. I thought I came to Brilliant Speakers Academy to improve my communication skills, to overcome my fear of public speaking, to become a better speaker in professional situations. And then what I got was so much more than that, because it has opened opportunities and areas of life that I didn't even know I wanted to explore, simply because you did that one step of majorly improving your communication skills. Very proud of you, wishing you lots of success. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Here you go. I hope you enjoyed my chat with Arturo and now can see how overcoming the fear of public speaking in just a few months is completely within your reach. If you would like to learn more about my Brilliant Speakers Academy coaching program, then head over to www.brilliantspeakersacademy.com. Again, it's www.brilliantspeakersacademy.com. Let's start the new year with a clear roadmap of what you need to do to become a confident, assertive, and captivating speaker. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.